Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do. Johnny, what do you want to talk about this week?
I don't know. Dad hats?
Dad hats. Nah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
You want to get an article?
Yeah, let's get an article.
Okay. I feel nice. I feel warmed up.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Oh, okay. Days in the Sun.
What is that?
Days in the Sun is a
Weezer?
song written by composer Alan Menken and lyricist Tim Rice for the musical fantasy film Beauty and the Beast, 2017.
Okay.
A live-action adaptation of Disney's 1991 animated film of the same name. Rice and Menken developed the concept in 2007 during the first discussions about a remake. Performed by Adam Mitchell, Stanley Tucci, Ewan McGregor, Gugu Mbatha Raw, I've never heard of this person, Ian McKellen, Emma Thompson, Emma Watson, Audra McDonald, and Clive Rowe. Days in the Sun is one of 4 songs added to the 2017 film. It was released in March 2017 as part of the film's soundtrack. There you go.
Someone the other day was talking to me. They were saying they're going to do a live action, or there was scuttlebutt that there was going to be a live action Lady and the Tramp, and I thought they meant like Cats style.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see that. And then someone's like, like Lion King was live action technically. And I was
Right.
like, oh, yeah, I guess that's what they would do.
I saw this very interesting thread on Twitter that was like, it was like any movies that advertise practical effects, it's a lie, and everything always has digital, and they're just saying practical effects to get like nerds to watch it.
Except for Mad Max Fury Road.
Was there no digital?
Oh no, there's definitely. I mean, no, it was not 100% practical effects.
Yeah.
But a lot of that shit was like
Sure.
real shit. Like, it's cool.
I think
Like I saw a behind the scenes thing recently that was like Mad Max without CGI or whatever.
I still like pole boys and stuff.
It was straight up. It was still like 90% the same shit. The only difference was like when the cars would crash, they'd be into like crash pads or
Sure.
like stuff that was like, well, this makes sense. Obviously, no one's dying. And,
Yeah.
But like it was still like, oh, that's crazy.
It was saying most stuff is still like
Yeah.
touched up and like
Sure.
beefed up. And I remember years ago the Angelina Jolie film Changeling,
Not familiar.
which came out in like, I don't know, 2010, 2011, something.
Wow, that's recent.
Um
I do no. That's much more recent than I would expect for a movie I don't remember.
oh sure.
The Changeling.
It's not the premise is not as fantastical as you think.
Sounds cool.
It was about a woman whose son goes missing and then they like find him
Awesome.
and she's like, that's not my son.
That's awesome. I love that.
But it ends with like just a crowd, like a
That's just based on a real story,
oh maybe,
or at least
Sure.
there's a story that's similar to that. Maybe
Sure.
not quite as like and obviously, of course, there are such things like that's an awesome. It's like
Yeah.
an ancient like folklore thing anyway. But yeah,
but it ends with just like her on the street and it kind of pulls back and you see just like people walking around the street.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal because none of those people are real. And they just made like this crowded street
Okay.
completely digitally. And everyone was kind of like,
Why'd
why?
you do that?
Yeah.
Was
And
it really easier to do that? Like,
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know the answer. I just remember like
why?
all the people were fake. Yeah. Why?
Did they look good?
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, there was a woman. I don't think I think this is what it was. Like her son went missing. I think it was like a young son, like toddler's
Sure.
age,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2 or 3 maybe. And the police recovered a boy or whatever, and was like, "Here's your son." And she was like, "It's not my son." And like, but everyone else was like, "Yeah, it is." Like basically, she was like gaslit by like everybody.
That's this movie.
Okay. And yeah, so I think there's maybe still a boy from some orphanage. Best case scenario is from an orphanage. Worst case scenario is just someone else's baby or someone else's toddler or whatever.
Or maybe it was some other kid that went missing and they were like, well, one missing kid.
Totally.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this movie spooky at all?
no,
Okay.
I know.
That's fine. There's no. That's fine. I would like a spooky movie though.
Speaking of spooky stuff,
Yeah.
it is Halloween Creep 2K19 season.
Big time.
I was just in CVS.
Yep.
They've got Halloween candy
Hell
out. And they've had it out for a month. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party Starts in 2 days,
In 2 days.
which fucking rules.
So it's still in August, or
what do you mean?
no? I'm saying like it's starting in August.
Yeah, August 16th.
That's not even close. That's so good. Like it's not even close to Halloween.
It's what we wanted. It's
I know
what we've wanted all
that's
along.
the thing is like I was thinking earlier, like 20 minutes ago, like is it possible that we've died and we're in hell?
I think about that nearly constantly.
Because here's the thing about about hell. And hold on, I don't want to gloss over what you just said. You think about that nearly constantly. I appreciate that.
I genuinely do.
So here's the thing, right? So there, what it's help me with this.
Okay.
Like, just being tortured over and over again,
Boring.
it would suck, right?
Yeah.
But what if every once in a while you got a reprieve, right?
Halloween comes early.
Exactly. So for us, it's like, wow, you know what? Maybe things aren't so bad. Like we get Halloween in August now, but then everything else is totally awful, right? So yeah, just like those little glimpses of like,
The devil's greatest trick was Halloween in August.
yeah, exactly.
You
know?
I don't think about because I don't think that there is a hell. Not to brag, but I think about like, what if I died? I'm like, right now I'm like coding, and this is my brain just like going mad as I die.
Okay. Wait, what did you just say? If your brain was coding?
I'm coding. like
CODING?
like your heart stuff. You know, like
I'm not familiar with this term.
in a hospital when someone's like coding, they're
Like a
flatline.
code
They're
blue
flatlining
or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I thought you were talking about like you were learning
I'm-
Python or C++.
I am in a coding boot camp right now. I'm coding. No, yeah, and this is just my brain processing.
Yeah.
And going mad.
Yeah, totally.
I've heard this theory, which I don't know what if any scientific basis there is. Probably
Cool.
none. But you know, like as you can if when you're going into a black hole, to you never get in.
Yes.
You're just like stretched forever, and you just experience going into it forever.
Right.
And the theory was that's what dying is like, where you
Oh.
experience just things forever, as if you're going into a black hole, and it never ends.
Gosh, that's really interesting.
It's a bummer.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's tricky. Like, what do you like? Is it like wherever you die, that's like where your consciousness sticks and you just exist there viewing the things that are happening in that area? Or like, are you describing spirits, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do I mean?
I don't know. I mean, you would still, your body would still get buried and whatever.
Right.
But just like your brain like slows down, so like you experience.
Would you experience your death like, like
I don't know.
God damn
I'm still
it.
sitting here.
Are you though?
Who's to say?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then like I also don't think there's a hell either, which is I also don't know that there's a heaven.
What if there was only hell? That'd kind
if there was
of
only hell?
rule, right?
What if there was only hell? Like, that was the options you had. Like,
It's like hell. No, there's no option. Everyone goes to hell.
you go to hell.
That kind of rule.
Well, that's not that crazy. I've heard theories that alien encounters and stuff are happening in other dimensions. In other words, like, that's why they're not happening constantly all the time. So
Tell that to me tonight and every night when I get visited by aliens.
So people that are, this is the theory, like people that are getting abducted or visited or whatever are in a state of consciousness, maybe some sort of ultra state of consciousness. Maybe it's, through meditation or yoga, or they're whacked out on Percocets or whatever the fuck it
Sure.
is. It doesn't matter. And that's how they're able to make the barrier between this, the dimensions they're able to experience and these other dimensions, it becomes thinner and they're able to experience these things. So what if hell is real and it's like the fifth dimension? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some dimension that we can't experience. It's like ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light, it's real. We just can't see it.
Sure.
But like cats and dogs could, or, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Like, I don't know. If that's you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you die, you are now catapulted in this other experience where you're able to experience shit, and hell is a real planet that your spirit inhabits, where you're tortured forever in this alternate ultraviolet dimension.
Counterpoint. It's the drugs. That's neat. It reminds me of this story that my uncle told me, and the devotees might remember stories of my uncle.
Oh, your uncle's got some.
With he had the Volkswagen buses that he put on the school bus that he converted into a flatbed truck that ran on propane. Etc. Barrelboy.com. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. That sort of thing. That was his Y2K water storage company. Have I ever told you about this?
Barrelboy.com.
He made Barrelboy.com, and he sold barrels for people to store their water.
Like 55-gallon drums.
Yes, for Y2K.
Awesome.
And his tagline was, "It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark."
That's so good.
It's very good. And he got some like cheap truck, and he was like driving to deliver some barrels, and he looks to his right, and one of his tires is just rolling next to his truck. And that was the end of Barrel Boy, because he was
like, that was my sign. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, I think he was already operating at a loss, and it was just like, okay.
Okay. So anyway, this
Oh, he told me a story once.
uncle with some alternative concepts and thoughts in his head.
That's generous.
Yes. He was also, wasn't he? I don't want to get too into your uncle's deal or whatever.
Sure, I can cut this if it's too much.
He was a Vietnam vet?
Not Vietnam. No, Desert Storm.
Oh, Desert Storm. Okay,
Yeah, he was a Marine. Anyway, he told this story once about I was driving home late one night.
Okay.
It was really late. I was real tired, and I turned my head to look out the window, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw like a creature sitting on the hood of my car.
Okay.
And I looked back and looked at it, and it looked at me, and it could tell that I could see it, and then it disappeared. And I think that these creatures exist always, but people just can't see them usually. So it got scared when it could tell that I could see it.
Okay. So me and your uncle.
Or he was just very tired and shouldn't have been driving.
No, dude. No. Here's this real thing. It's similar to what you're saying, and you've probably experienced this. When I describe it, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. You're looking up in the night sky, and you're looking. Well, it's a little hard in Chicago because they're not.
It doesn't get night here.
It doesn't really get night here.
Mm-hmm.
But you look.
I said that as a joke, but that's exactly.
But
the
you can't
thing.
see the stars.
Yeah.
But back in Florida, this happens all the time. You're looking up at the night sky, and you're looking at a star.
Yep.
And when you focus on it, it gets kind of dim. It's hard to see. But
Yeah.
when you shift your view slightly to the left or the right or whatever, just slightly off of the star, it becomes easier to see.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I forget the name of that thing, but it's a real thing that happens with our eyes.
Okay.
That's kind of what your uncle's describing a little bit. Where like when you looked at it, it went away.
Yeah. Well, there's also a phenomenon where because we have evolved to recognize faces.
Yes.
We tend to find faces in things that don't have faces,
Pareidolia.
which is why cars look like they're smiling.
Sure.
When they're racing around Radiator Springs. But that combined with some other thing that I don't remember is why stuff like Bloody Mary works.
Right.
Because if you just look at your face in like a dimly lit room or a room with candles, it will just...
Your face will start melting.
It will start looking like fucked up to you.
Right.
And that just happens... It happens to like 95% of people or something.
Right,
It just happens.
Totally.
So that... Unless there's a demon living in your face, which is
I don't
probable.
know. Maybe the more you're focusing on your face, you're like letting your consciousness slip, and the veil between your normal face and your real demon face, who's being tortured in hell in the fifth dimension, is coming out. Johnny, I need to talk to your uncle. Get me and your uncle together. Barrel Boys 2.
I couldn't even tell you if he has a phone.
He's smarter than all of us.
Dude, you know what? That just reminded me. And this was like 10 years ago. And at the time I was like, you fucking idiot. And now I'm like, God damn it. He was like, the government can watch you through your TV. And I was like, no, you would be able to find a camera. People take apart TVs and shit all the time, and nobody finds cameras.
Sure.
First of all, now TVs just all fucking have cameras.
Absolutely.
So yeah, he maybe not then.
Maybe not then. Maybe even then.
Yeah.
But certainly now.
We just at work got a new TV that has like, video conference stuff built into the TV, but the TV just has a camera like built into it, and it's like
absolutely. I don't think this is even telling tales out of school. Your phone is always listening to you.
Well, yeah.
Which is-
okay, Google.
Well, not even that.
Papa Horny. No.
All right, back the truck and dildos up. Like, it's already here. But you'll be talking about like spaghetti with your best boys. You know, by the way, the ultimate, what's it called? The ultimate spaghetti pass that Olive Garden's doing.
Are they doing it again?
Doing it again. And 50 lucky spaghettaholics will randomly get a lifetime spaghetto.
I have a car now. We can go to an Olive Garden.
Okay, well, let's think about it.
But more importantly, we should be going to a Fazoli's.
I do agree with that, what you just said. What the fuck was I saying? Could have been anything. It literally could have been anything.
Spaghetti.
I was talking about spaghetti, sir.
Oh, you're
Why was I
talking about spaghetti with your boys, and then your phone serves you up an ad for spaghetti with your boys. Yeah,
exactly.
Y'all ever think about getting spaghetti with your boys? Hey, Olive Garden's got the new Sketty Pass. Perfect for when you're sketting with the boys.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast once where they like, and this was also years ago, where they did a lot of research into this.
Yeah.
And they suggested, I'm playing devil's advocate because the devil rules.
It does rule.
They were basically like, your phone, it's not necessarily better, but your phone isn't listening to you. Everything just has unfettered access to everything you do online. So like, even if it's not listening to you talk about Sketty, maybe you sent a message to someone that was like
absentmindedly being like,
yeah, and then you just don't remember. You don't remember that, 2 weeks ago you said Sketty night,
right,
boys. You know what I mean? Or so it could be listening, and it probably is.
It
at
is
this point.
absolutely listening.
But I think that there is also just such unfettered access to all of your information that it doesn't matter whether it listens or not, because it already, like, they're like Target or something, some website with 85-90% accuracy can predict when women are pregnant before they find out based on their shopping habits.
That's insane.
Just
all the innocuous stuff. Like,
yes,
they were buying white socks, and now they're buying blue socks.
It's
just as simple as like some weird
one weird trick doctors don't want you to know.
Okay.
So,
but regardless, the outcome is bad.
Yes.
Well, shit, maybe not. Well, no, it is. The outcome's bad. Yeah. Because no one should have all.
But how would we find out about the Sketty?
That's the thing. We need to know about the Sketty. I don't know, Johnny. I don't think there's any. If you want the Sketty, you have to put up with the targeted ads for pregnancy tests. Is that what you're saying to me?
I think so.
Does Target sell pregnancy tests?
I'm sure.
They must.
Dollar stores sell pregnancy tests.
Do they really?
Yes.
Is it trustworthy? Is a dollar store pregnancy test good?
Every time I've peed on one, it said not pregnant.
Okay, so there you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty accurate.
I
don't know, man. I'm just wary of everything now.
Well, sure.
Which I think is okay. It's okay to come up with alternative ideas and theories as long as you're testing them. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
as long as you're testing your theories, as long as you're testing your thetans.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be. I'm just because like people that get really like here. I'm not. This is not new information, but people are talking about like hollow Earth or flat Earth or whatever, who treat that as that is true and discard the reality.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's just as bad. Like I'm okay with people being like, well, what if this isn't true? Let me figure some shit out for myself or whatever. Like, that's awesome. I like that. But if you're gonna treat like your crazy ideas as like absolute gospel, that seems bad to me. So that's why I have no problem talking about hell is a fifth dimension that we all go to when we die. I have no problem talking about that because it's fun theories, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I like talking about Sketty with the boys.
Well,
maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I want to be talking about.
Well, no. You're right. The boys love Sketty.
The boys love Sketty.
How much is the Sketty pass?
It's not. It's like $100. You get unlimited Sketty for a month. But if you get
for a month,
maybe it's more. I don't know.
$100 for a month.
It's not bad if you go a lot.
But that's a lot. You'd have to
go.
It's
unlimited like everything.
You'd have to go more than once a week to make it worth it.
Oh, I'm talking about like multiple, like once a day would be like the sweet spot. But if you get selected, if you get one of these 50 people,
now that's
they give you the option. They say you're the dude that got the thing. You need to be paying us $400 more, but in return you get lifetime of Sketties.
will Olive Garden always exist?
That's exactly what I thought. You're gonna get so screwed when it goes under like in 3 years.
Because here's the thing. You think I've got unlimited Sketty for life.
Right.
I don't have to go this week.
So you're spending a PlayStation 4's worth of money.
And you're always putting it off because there's free Sketty next week. And one day, there ain't going to be Sketty. And then you're fucked.
Smell you.
JFK Jr. still alive. Where we go one, we go all.
What?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll probably cut that.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.